Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I am coming to you with a remake of an old video that I had recorded a couple of years ago actually at this time. This is Malangdo instance. What we're going to do today is the normal mode. I did a hard mode one, I'm pretty sure earlier this year, but my normal mode one was just archaic. You could barely hear what I was saying because I didn't have my microphone at that time. I was recording through my laptop, so hopefully we can make a little bit better and more understandable guide to Malangdo normal mode. So, like every weekend, you'll usually see guilds up in here doing their Malangdo runs. Usually you're all going to do hard mode. Today we'll just solo normal mode, which is nice and relaxing, for me at least, but it is something that you should be able to pull off on a genetic fairly easily, and it's actually a nice way to earn some money if you are just starting out. I would say it's safe to come here on like a level 130, 140 genetic. It's really limited to supply use, and as long as you have some basic resistance gear, you should be okay. What we're going to wear is Bluestone sunglasses and AK helm. That's the Leaf Cat card for the 10% water resistance. It's right there. Add 10% tolerance to water property. The Royal Guard Valk Shield definitely doesn't have to be plus 11, but I would recommend that you do have a Valk Shield of Royal Guard, which is the Alice card, because everything in here is boss property. There's water and wind damage, and the Valk Shield protects against water, while you use the armor, which is wind, to protect against the Jupiter Thunder from the MVP, and just stack as much water resistance as you can, purposely leaving out a Kaffir Blossom card, which definitely adds quite a bit of tolerance and helps you live. But for today, we're not going to use that. And the very important piece is a Genie's Heroic Backpack, which doesn't have to be a Heroic Backpack actually, and I debated making just a really crummy Mars Faceworm skin just to show you that you don't need a backpack to do it. But I already have the backpack, and I don't feel like wasting a Mars card, so just any kind of Mars garment is fine. Shadow Gears, I'm just using the regular standard set for the +4 stats. And since it's the event, I'm using the Bafo costume so that I can heal myself with milk. Other than that, it doesn't really help too much except for the health. So let's go ahead and reserve. Well, we gotta get the quest first. Do normal mode, weekly service. Looks like I did it before, but I never turned it in. He wants us to hunt the weird coelacanth, so hopefully we get that one. Should be party leader, and then you can reserve it. You say Aragam has insulted me when you're ready to go inside. Thankfully, if you forget supplies, Malangdo is one of the forgiving instances which allows you back in afterwards. If you choose, I'm pretty good with delivering bread, that's how you open the normal mode. If you choose I know how to fight, that's how you open the hard mode, so be careful. And select that you're good at delivering bread, and as you wish. Hydras are just going to annoy you and break your drain concentration. You need to open these drains with a long loading bar, and if you're hit in between there, aka breaking the concentration, then you do not get to close the drain and you lose. So, before you start, make sure you FCP, bring some wind converters. We'll put on our takoyaki strength food, and I like to do this on my painkiller genetic because just less supplies to use. So if you're going to farm this, I would definitely suggest using a Syrah to farm it with. Are you ready? You should go talk to him, say I see the drains, these little drains, this thing up here is a drain. Creatures are going to spawn around the drains. And what you need to do is kill those creatures and close the drain. Sounds crazy, but that's all you need to do. Not really any purpose to putting down the demonic fire, since normal mode creatures don't really have a ton of health. In hard mode, I use the demonic fire to proc the runaway magic from the boots that I normally wear, but right now, since we're not using runaway magic and we don't need to use fire expansion, I have the Lucky Day boots on, so just all around helps when the Lucky Day procs, and sometimes you get the treasure chests that randomly appear from Lucky Day procking. Normal mode's very forgiving. You can find the drain usually with more than enough time. You can kill the creatures easily. Wind Converter really ices the cake. It makes Red Twin Edge just do tons of damage, so there's really not much of an excuse to miss that. But yes, if you don't have a Red Twin Edge, you could always change that out for an Eared with some AK cards in it, or some Archer Skeleton cards. It's not really too important that it be plus 12. You'll definitely be able to take these out. Plus 9 Twin, even a lower one. It's not a very demanding instance, DPS-wise. Now there's going to be 10 drains before the MVP spawns, but you don't necessarily need to close all 10 of them. You can actually miss 5 drains, you just cannot miss 6 drains. So as long as you close 5, you're set. Always have our little painkiller on, just so that we don't have to waste any potions. And always make sure that FCP is up, because as you can tell, they spam divest. We don't like that. So this will be our 4th drain that we've closed. And when you see that text pop up, it is exactly 5 seconds until that spawns. So, not so important on normal mode, but in hard mode, every second counts. Normal mode, you just do 1 fire expansion and blow the whole mob to pieces. And now we play the waiting game. I like to tuck my character up here in the top left because it's the farthest away from any drains. And so long as you just wait there, you should be okay. Alright, so the last drain just closed. We are 5 contaminated seaweeds in, because we only opened 5 drains, but 5 is still just enough to pass and get the MVP to spawn. Now he's telling us we did a great job cleaning, and we're about to go, and then OMG! Uh-oh. He sensed something strange. Don't loosen up. Prepare to fight. Oh crap. I forgot a cold proof potion, so let's be really careful. I want to pop just a Vit food because this is a low Vit genetic. Probably wouldn't be a problem for you guys who are going to play on your genetics, because you'll usually get 90 Vit like a normal person instead of 50 Vit like a risk taker. So just make sure your painkiller is always on. And then there he is. And let's hope it's the weird one. It is the weird one, so we will be able to actually finish our fun times. Painkiller genetic, also the nicest to tank said MVP with, because it cuts down that water ball damage like nothing. Especially stacked with all that water resistance. Basically just a tickle. And we killed him, we got a high weapon box, which is just dandy. We got 2 high weapon boxes, which is even more dandy. And you can actually get, the highest I've seen someone get was 8 high weapon boxes in 1 round. The highest I've gotten myself was 7, I believe, but that was in hard mode. But I know someone who has gotten 8 boxes in normal mode. So, if you are wanting to run this on a genetic, definitely should have made sure that my full count was up for the MVP, but thankfully we survived. Definitely do this on your genetic, and then you can turn in the quest once you're done. Normal mode weekly service. Dun da da da. Bam. We get a Sea God's Anger. If it was hard mode, you'd get 5 Sea God's Angers, but it's definitely 5 times more difficult. So if you're just starting out, trying to farm a little bit, get a couple high weapon boxes and a Sea God. I mean, we almost got like almost 10 mil worth of stuff there, so it's not a bad thing to do. So, hope you enjoyed, and run it again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.